share something that we talked about too. When we got married, my expectation was that I would get to be freaky and free. His expectation was, oh, she's so pure, she's my wife, I can't do these things to her. So through therapy, that came out, because I felt like, you're rejecting me, like you're not doing these things.
I'm trying to jump off the
I'm
truck.
married now. I can
do all this stuff.
I'm not inhibited. I'm not in this box anymore. So we actually went through that, and I try to be honest, and open. We struggled in that area for a while, because even after therapy, his mind still couldn't wrap around the fact that I am not pure. I am your wife. Let's go.
So we did that at Instant Space Studio in Huntsville, and shout out to all the panelists. And if you haven't watched the full episode, watch it in the link below. So this clip is so important to me because I love Lorinda, and I love how pure she is and how beautiful and God-fearing she is. But she also spoke on something that I see in my office a lot of time under MWC, Madonna-Whore Syndrome. And this is often a split idea that the Madonna, the woman, the wife, is a pure, virtuous woman that's worth respecting, and she's so worth nurturing, and versus the whore, the sexual desirable, the woman that you can degrade, you don't have to really respect, the sexually promiscuous, overly sexual woman. So in this, this has a really big backing in sex therapy and sex coaching, because most times this can lead to a woman who has to sexually compartmentalize in her marriage, or a husband who has to sexually compartmentalize in the relationship because they're suppressing a underlying desire that they have due to the psychological root that you can't be in this space with someone that you love. Someone, when you're getting to know clients, the first thing I ask them is, how was sex introduced to you? What is your sexual footprint? How did, was it a positive, a negative experience? Or was it based in your environment where you pushed, where women shamed around you? Were women objectified around you? Or, what was your psychological beginning? Because a lot of the times our sexual upbringing can build these little blocks of sexual resistance that are tied into our sexual relationships as we get older. So you see this a lot from people who was raised in environments where women were shamed. Women that do this are nasty. And these are the type of women that you sleep with, but you don't marry. We hear a lot of that in our culture, but you don't know, you may not know that you're increasing what we consider this complex between relationship and sexual issues. Madonna-Whore situation is a complex that's in your brain. You feel that you can't lust and love. You feel that you can't objectify and love in the same space. I don't want to taint someone that I love with my dark desires. Once again, when I hear these things in my office, that's a form of sexually compartmentalizing. I don't want my kids kissing the wife that's giving me oral. A lot of people feel that they can't be emotional in a space while they're sexual in a space, because most of the times we're teaching that space is very vulnerable, and love and lust don't belong there. But actually it does. And this is where I come on as a sexologist, is that I can help clients recognize healthy relationships have erotic, mental, and emotional beings. I could be emotional and I could be erotic in the same space. I could be mentally sexual and erotic in the same space, but we're not taught that. I would have to then dive deep into the core beliefs of my client and then talk about sex and love and women and worthiness, those type of words. And really a big part of my job as a sex therapist, I would say 60 or 70% of my day goes down to these type of behaviors where I'm breaking barriers are breaking shame and normalizing that sex can be done in a different way. And teaching couples how to rebuild that space where you explore with curiosity and you explore with eroticism and explore with safety and love attached without the feeling of shame or secrecy or guilt or fear or all the things that really surround the Madonna-Whore Complex. If you are sexually compartmentalizing, you may be doing one of the following. Number one, avoiding sex with your partner because you're craving sex somewhere else. Number two, feeling guilty after sex with someone you love. Regardless if your partner felt good about it or not, you don't feel good. Another one is needing to depersonalize someone to be turned on. You can't be a person to me. I have to see you in a certain way. You have to piss me off. I have to fight with you. I can't care for you in that way, because if I do, then my emotions and my vulnerability are turned on. And I really just want to be with you in a physical sense. I ain't got nothing for you. We don't have no personal connection. You're not a person. You're an object. My favorite, living a double life. This means that you can be emotionally close with one of your partner and then sexually expressive with someone completely different. So that double life emotional space, that's a space that you feel the most, that you can lay down your emotions and you can lay down your thoughts and you can lay down your vulnerability and you do feel loved, but you cannot sexualize that person. The biggest space here is to learn how to integrate. And integration is not easy. I mean, it really takes a lot. It impacts, it takes a lot to be able to talk to your partner about your real fantasies. It takes a lot to talk to your partner about, your sexual thoughts and your sexual connections as you've kept them hidden for so long. It also pulls away from your erotic energy. I'm giving you pieces, but a part of the relationship is dying because I can't be my full authentic self in our sexual space. And so this is where sex therapists and sexologists and ASEX certified counselors come from, because they can really help people learn that you don't have to be a split person. I dealt with this for a very long time, and that is a very transparent thing. I really dealt with two different sides of myself because the way I was brought up, that's just not what good girls did. And it really brought up a split personality sexually. And this is why I can speak openly about the Madonna-Whore syndrome. Once you heal and you have a level of sexual maturity and you learn sexual character and you learn sexual integrity, it's hard to be a split person. And this is where therapy, as myself, I went to therapy. I have gone to therapy for this issue. I am a therapist for this issue now, helping people just like me. You can reintegrate that piece of yourself, not suppress it, not demonize it. Don't shame it. Suppressing desires is never a good thing. Reclaim that full sexual identity with emotions. You can do it. I'm telling you, you can, because I did. And I think that's important. A lot of times, a lot of people are splitting. A lot of people are not themselves in their sexual relationships because oftentimes we put sex over here and love over here. But you can have mental, emotional, physical, and emotional safety in your relationship with erotica, with fantasy, with kinky, with naughty, with hypersexual activity. This is Nuggets with Nita, and today we talked about MCW, which is known as Madonna-Whore Complex. Thanks to a lot of the people on the podcast that came in and really kind of dove into their personal, we were able to piggyback and teach a new lesson. If you haven't caught the Raw Adults Sexpectation Podcast, there are links in the bio. And I am your host. I am your sexologist located here in Huntsville, Alabama. I really want to help the community. I really want to help people break barriers. So if you want to book a consultation with me, there is a link in the bio below, and it will tell you about all of the different services, different styles, ways that you can contact me, from mini sessions to long drawn out sessions, which we call the power hour. And if anyone is dealing with aging, menopause, perimenopause, kidney failure, chronic illness, and their sex drive is missing, or you're in a healing space, which we call, please reach out to me. I am building a program called the Total Reset Package. Peace out, y'all. It's your girl, Miss Nita Love, and it has been a great day. Peace out.